So it is always a delight to, have such a wonderful audience, and, it's really a privilege to speak when we have such a, beautiful audience from that fraternity, and also, after having such great sessions from some of the, great speakers just before this. Okay, so before we start, a quick bit of an introduction about myself. So my name is Rachit Shukla, and I represent HIPPO Stores today. HIPPO Stores happens to be, the retail and e-commerce venture of the Dalmia Bharat Group. So I am risk management practitioner, lifelong learner, and, a cybersecurity professional by choice. So today, in today's session, I am not going to talk about anything, which is on the, technology solutions, the innovations that we did, the strategies that we deployed, none of that, because I believe that, you know it well, and you probably, know it better than, most of us. Now, so instead what I will do today is that, I'll just share some bit of my thoughts, and at the end I will, try to get some of your thoughts on board with my thoughts, and if I'm able to do that, I will believe that my job is done. Okay. So when we talk about data protection and privacy, so I have seen my colleagues, losing their sleeps, their peace over how they, go about and manage the data privacy and security, especially given in this era of cloud. And I don't blame them. They are, right in their sense of, thoughts. But my view is that the security and the privacy, and when we especially talk about the data protection, the security and privacy cannot be looked into the silos. So they essentially are, the two components which work in perfect tandem, and you cannot, look at either of them in silos. So they have to work in, perfect conjunctions. Especially when I today, am representing a retail organization. So for us, the customer becomes, a center point of everything that we do. And when we say that center point, the customer is a pivotal point for us. So it also includes, the obligations that we have to protect their, customer data. And we must also be thankful, for the global regulations such as, GDPR, the CCPA, which happens to be the California, Citizen Protection Act, that due to which there are certain organizations which fall under their direct ambit are able to, handle the data of their customers in, the desired way. But when we talk about the Indian geographies, the Indian customers, or the Indian companies, especially in the segment of retail, so the lesser has been done than said. And when we talk about the global privacy regulations, so we are also aware that the Indian data protection law is again slated to become a reality. So with these regulations and these privacy regulations, including the Indian data protection regulation, which is still to become a law. So when these things will come into effect, so these will not be the easy thing, that will come to us. So it will also bring along lots of obligations to us. And when we say obligations, the obligations could be, in terms of, you could talk about privacy regulations. You could talk about the data collection, which dictates that how the customer's data should be collected, how it should be archived, stored, and, processed. So it brings about lots of obligations to the entities.